What up, world? Welcome to an episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow. Social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, BrandonJaneauShow. And of course, YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow. It's where you can find the visuals of all my episodes, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Tonight, it is Wrestling Life, but my top 10. So, I've been putting this off, but no longer. Because tonight, my top 10 is about one man and my favorite matches from this one man. And that is the one, the only Kurt Angle. Yes, the wrestling machine himself, the Olympic gold medalist. You know he broke that. You know he broke his neck when he won that gold medal. You know that, right? Because it's true. It's damn true. Kurt Angle is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Yes, I said that shit. To to see how he became one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, coming from actually being a actual wrestler to becoming one of the best sports entertainers, probably one of the best sports entertainer wrestlers of all time, professional wrestlers of all time, is freaking incredible. That's it's damn near impossible sometimes. He was one of the first ones. He truly was. It's true. It's true. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I'm still trying to debate how I'm going to debate him and Shawn Michaels. I gotta still write it down. It's coming. I just gotta write it down. But that is the first ever wrestler versus wrestler debate. So if you know anything about me, when I do these top 10 lists, you know how I start my top 10 lists. I go from 10 to 1. I talk about each match and why I love them from Kurt Angle. Why they have so many significant things for it. So let's get into it. My top 10 Kurt Angle matches. Let's do this, man. Coming in at number 10. I love this match very much. It's near and dear to my heart. Maybe not to a lot of people, but it's near and dear to my heart. It's at number 10. It's Kurt Angle winning his second WWE Championship of all time. He beat the one, the only Stone Cold Steve Austin at Unforgiven 2001. So I had this tape, this VHS tape, and I used to watch it every day. A lot of these matches are significant to me because of me watching these videos every day. So I used to watch this tape every day. And people forget, like, this was the first WWE pay per view after 9/11. So fighting, Kurt Angle on one with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then actually winning the WWE Championship. His first two titles, he beat Stone Cold and The Rock. He beat him. He beat Stone Cold in his hometown, Pittsburgh. This is also, of course, the time around the invasion angle started popping off. But either way it goes, Kurt beat a Stone Cold Steve Austin, which was kind of whatever. But the lead up to the match was actually really good. This is when Kurt Angle drove the milk truck in to the Alliance. He did the milk truck, um, kind of reminiscent of Stone Cold Steve Austin doing the beer truck. Um, and you know, this was a really dope match. Like a really dope match, man. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't even have it in the conversation of great Stone Cold and Kurt Angle matches or Kurt Angle and Stone Cold matches ever. But that match to me significantly is, like I said, it's significant to me because of this was a tape I used to watch every day. So I used to watch this every fucking day. This was also a time where they were still pile driving people. Kurt Angle got pile drove on still like on a concrete. Yeah, they're playing into Kurt Angle having a broken neck. So this was the thing, man. This match was amazing though. It was actually really really fucking good. Kurt Angle won the title by the ankle lock, making Stone Cold tap, even though Stone Cold hand was outside the goddamn ropes. But either way it goes, it was still a good situation, and still one of my favorite matches by Kurt Angle. I know a lot of people probably, like I said, wouldn't have it on their Kurt Angle list of matches, but to me, because of the significance of it, why like watching this match every day, it just and then going back and watch it again, like I always do, going back and watch matches like this. I love this match so much. Coming in number 9, speaking of winning a championship, is the first person he beat to be the champion. That is the great one, The Rock. And he did that at 2000's No Mercy. This was the hottest WWE period of WWE ever. You had like 3 different storylines going on. You had Kurt Angle and The Undertaker. You had Rikishi and Stone Cold. You had Triple H. No, you had Stone Cold and Triple H. You had Rikishi and The Rock. When Rikishi's like, I did it for The Rock. I did it for my family. Yeah. This all led to, of course, the Hell in a Cell match. The Armageddon Hell in a Cell match, which Kurt Angle won, by the way. I don't know how he did that shit, but he won. We forget that shit. Like, Kurt Angle won that match. Like, he beat all those dudes in that Hell in a Cell. He won that match. By the way, this was still his first fucking year in the company. But he beat The Rock at No Mercy. And going back and watch this match, this was just 2000. Like, this, oh my God, the nostalgia of 2000 was prominent in this goddamn match. Lord Jesus. Uh, you had people running in and out the goddamn match. Stephanie McMahon gets rock bottomed. Oh my God, it was crazy. Triple H comes out there, hits some of the pedigree. Rikishi comes out trying to help The Rock, ends up inadvertently costing The Rock the title. Oh, it was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. Kurt Angle, even though this is what he told Stone Cold this was what he was only in the company at this time, 10 months into the company. He still went out there and had this type of match with the classic, man. This shit was amazing. Go back and watch it. I don't know if it's up on YouTube. I know there are no way out matches, but but this match was phenomenal. It was incredible. This was Kurt Angle's first WWE Championship win, and he beat The Rock. And the second one was Stone Cold. So 9 and 10, Kurt Angle. So it's only gonna get even crazier. Coming in at number 8. Speaking of first, how about his first match ever in TNA? Because that's exactly what comes at number 8, and that is Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe at Sacrifice in 2000 and what 6, 7. Kurt Angle left WWE in 2006. He had a little mini run. After he had the title, the Royal Champion. He dropped it to Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania, and then he had like a couple months in like ECW, got released, and then the next year he was in TNA fighting Samoa Joe. This match was fucking phenomenal too, incredible. Samoa Joe at the time in TNA was Samoa fucking Joe. He was Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine. He was the difference of all. He was undefeated for a year up until this point, and Kurt Angle was the first person he fought. Thing, they actually closed out the show with this match, but Kurt beat him, and it's actually a really good fucking match. Like, go back and watch it. This is still when they had the 6-sided ring. Thank the Lord. Um, but this was a really good match, and of course they had an amazing rivalry throughout 2007. Um, that rivalry was top tier. Um, but this was the first match, and it made sense. So yeah, it's one of my favorite matches by Kurt. Go back and watch it. I went on YouTube and watched this match, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, that's why I love this so much." Understood. So yeah, um, so that's at number 8. Now coming in number 7, it's gonna be interesting. Coming in at number 7 is one of the greatest openings to a pay per view ever. You already know where I'm going with this. Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio 2002 SummerSlam. This match is like 11 minutes. I swear to God, it's the best 11 minutes you're going to find at that SummerSlam. SummerSlam 2002 was incredible. You had the return of Shawn Michaels, Brock Lesnar capturing the WWE Championship for the first time, being the youngest champion at that time in WWE history, being the youngest world heavyweight champion at the time in WWE history at 25 years old. The man, at SummerSlam was fucking fantastic. Chris Benoit and RVD fought for the Intercontinental Championship. Chef kiss. This is one of those matches. This was the opener. 11 minutes, Ray versus Kurt. And you probably would be like, they probably should have went longer. They did all that shit in 11 minutes. The most exhilarating 11 minutes in the fucking world. It's a fucking crazy match. Kurt Angle had a lot of chemistry with a lot of people. Ray was one of those people. And for the first person that Ray really crossed paths with when he got into WWE was Kurt Angle. People forget Ray did not come right out after WCW went under. He did not go straight to WWE. This was the first person he crossed paths with was Kurt Angle. That's how you get somebody over. Everybody also knows the Kurt Angle SmackDown promo that he did. Yeah. But this is one of those matches that you will be like, damn, that shit is good. Lord Jesus. Going back and rewatch this match, man, I just was like, there's no way in hell they did all that in 11 minutes. They did that shit in 11 minutes. Unbelievable. Coming in at number 6. Just barely missing the top 10. It's Kurt Angle versus the phenomenal AJ Styles for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I grew up on TNA too. 2000s TNA, 2000 mid 2000s TNA. It definitely served as the perfect, perfect, perfect case for when WWE was doing some other shit, and you just didn't want to watch it. TNA was perfect. Kurt Angle being on TNA at the time, fighting AJ Styles, who was probably fighting AJ Styles, who was a TNA veteran, just like Samoa Joe. These two men went out there. I think it's also on YouTube. You could pull it up. Kurt Angle in TNA gets a lot of Perk Angle references, but it's some of his best work. Some of his best work. Like he went out there every time and put on fucking classics. And Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles was a perfect example of that. I think it's like 30 minutes, 34 minutes of them two just fucking wrestling, man. If you love AJ Styles and you love Kurt Angle, then you will absolutely love this match. Even if you do, and also if you fuck with Ric Flair, too. Like, right? Ric Flair is also in this situation. So, yeah, man. So, but this match is amazing. It's fucking incredible. One of the best matches. So, yeah, man. All right. So, before I get into my top 5, I gotta recap it. Right? 10 through 6. At number 10, Stone Cold, Lord Jesus, Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWE Championship. Number 9, Kurt Angle versus The Rock. Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold to win his second WWE Championship is at number 10. Unforgiven 2001. At number 9, Kurt Angle versus The Rock to win his first ever WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and that's at No Mercy 2000. Number 8, Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe, his first TNA match, beating Samoa Joe, who at the time was undefeated for a year at 2007 Sacrifice. Number 7, Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam 2002, and then Kurt Angle in number 6, Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I can't remember what this was. I think 2009. I want to say 2008, 2009. I want to say. Yeah. So yeah, right before AJ left the company, I think. So coming in number 5. Probably one of the wackiest fucking matches you've ever seen in your life. It's fucking nuts. And that is Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon, King of the Ring, 2001. This match is fucking nuts. His, his match, his match, his match is fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts. I know people probably will be like, "You really got that match that fucking high?" Yeah, this is nostalgia overload in 2000. Shane was a wrestler, but compared to his father, Shane could go out there and do certain shit that certain people couldn't do. The fact that this man was taking the amount of bumps he was taking, oh my god, especially in that match, shit. This man got put through a fucking This man got put through glass. This man, bro, no, 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 no. Then they try to do it again, back like belly to belly suplex. He belly to belly suplex this man through glass. Then he tried to do it again, and Shane landed on his fucking head on concrete. And Kurt was like, "Fuck that, audible. I gotta throw your ass through this shit." So Shane goes barreling face first through glass, man. This shit was nuts. You find out that Kurt Angle actually broke his back in this match. Like, what? This match is fucking crazy, man. That's the ending of the match. You had all of this wacky shit going on throughout this match, man. It was nuts. This match was fucking fantastic. I know a lot of people probably be like, Brandon, you really got this match in the top 5. Yes, I do. Because it's that fucking amazing. Incredible, man. Coming in number 4. If that was the most wackiest fucking match Kurt Angle's probably ever had, then this is probably the most technically sound match Kurt Angle's ever had. Because coming in at number 4 is Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit at the 2003 Royal Rumble. I know people that will see this and get mad because Chris Benoit is on my list. Totally understandable. And it's hard to separate the art from the person when it comes to a guy like Chris Benoit. Totally understandable. But Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle had incredible chemistry. Impeccable chemistry. And these two men, 2003, at the Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship, I would ask you personally to go find a better match in 2000s that tops this. These two men went out there and put on a classic. An absolute fucking classic. There is nobody, and I absolutely mean nobody, that can sit there and tell me, if you actually saw this match, that this wasn't one of the best title matches in the 2000s. Kurt Angle would, of course, go on to fight Brock Lesnar at that year's WrestleMania 19. Brock actually won the Royal Rumble that year. This match was fucking fantastic, and I don't feel that it gets truly the love and respect that it's supposed to get. And I get why, because of Chris Benoit. But this match, when Kurt Angle literally says, "This is one of my favorite matches I've ever done," you should probably take that. Kurt Angle, this is his favorite match he's ever probably done. The man had incredible chemistry. And then hearing him and Stone Cold talk about, you know, that match, and it couldn't technically say Chris Benoit's name, but I knew who they were talking about when he was talking about this match in 2000. He was like, "Man, we just always had incredible chemistry. Like it just didn't matter. Like we could go out there and just do it." If you have never seen a classic fucking match before, go watch this one. Maybe it's not on YouTube or anything like that, but this shit's a fucking classic. Probably one of the best title matches that Kurt Angle had probably around that time. Yeah. At number three, whoo shit. At number three, speaking of somebody else that Kurt Angle had incredible chemistry with, number three, on the 2003 version of SmackDown, it was significant that I just brought him up because on 2003 SmackDown, want to say September of 2003, November of 2003, Kurt Angle had this incredible Iron Man match, 60 minutes with the one and only Brock Lesnar. Like I said, Brock and Kurt fought at WrestleMania 19 that year. Brock turned Brock turned heel and lined himself with Vince McMahon. Okay, and then because Kurt Angle came back from a broken neck and came back, became champion, lost it at I think SummerSlam, and then regained it. No, he lost it. No, Brock had the title. He beat him at SummerSlam, and then Brock regained it this night at the show. But for 60 minutes, these two men, and this is young Brock. This ain't the big ass Brock that, this is young Brock. This is motherfucker was young. This, I'm talking about flipping all, like, this motherfucker was young Brock. And they went out there for 60 minutes and had a fucking classic. There is, I think, I remember this match so much when I was a kid. I've never been more excited to stay home and watch a SmackDown than this match. When I was young, oh my god, bro, this was main event worthy. This was main event quality, man. Brock and Kurt are great. Imagine 2003 Kurt and Brock. It used to be on YouTube. I don't know if it's still on YouTube because I had to look it up on because I had to go to Peacock and watch it. But watching this match, man, it brought me right back to when I was young and when I watched SmackDown and being excited to see this match. And that's exactly what the feeling was. I watched this match and I was like, probably top three greatest Kurt Angle match he's ever done. I was like, top three, obviously. Number two, it is Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. WrestleMania 21. You know this is coming on this list at some point. If you've seen me do Shawn Michaels list, you know how much I love this match. This is possibly one of the greatest matches they've ever done. They had a three match series. They had the one at WrestleMania, Vengeance, and then one on Raw, which was also I think an Iron Man match. But this was the match that catapulted. And I remember when Kurt Angle, why it started. Kurt Angle got eliminated by Shawn Michaels in the Royal Rumble, and he didn't appreciate that shit, so he took his ass out, eliminated him, and then took him out. And this match was phenomenal, man. WrestleMania 21 is one of those WrestleManias that people if you sit there and say WrestleMania wasn't good until da da da, WrestleMania 21 would easily tell you you're lying. Matches like this is the reason. This was incredible. 20 something minutes of just greatness from two of the best at that time period in WWE. There was nobody that can match Kurt Angle's intensity better than Shawn Michaels, and there was nobody that can out wrestle Shawn Michaels better than Kurt Angle. This shit was a classic. And classic is very, very rare in the world nowadays. But I said a lot. But this was a classic. Fucking iconic. Probably one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. I would easily tell you that. It's probably one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. I'm talking about like, WrestleMania's had 40 of them bitches. This is probably one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. It's a match that should have been at WrestleMania. God damn it. That is Kurt Angle versus The Undertaker at No Way Out 2006 for the World Heavyweight Championship. I have talked about this match probably more than I've ever talked about a match. It is possibly one of the greatest matches that have never headlined a WrestleMania I've ever seen in my life. The fact that this match did not get to headline WrestleMania is fucking nuts. The fact that Kurt Angle didn't want to take the streak, which is understandable at that time, but Kurt, I think, was like the first person Undertaker felt comfortable with giving the streak away to. And this is one of the reasons. This is probably the most back and forth title match I think WWE had put on at that time because you couldn't tell who was going to win. Kurt at the time was the wrestling machine, world heavyweight champion. Nothing was stopping him. And Undertaker was the dead man, the phenom, and nothing was stopping him. It was a beautiful match. I've never seen this is probably I know a lot of people equate the WrestleMania 25 match to probably when they loved wrestling. It was like this is probably one of the greatest. This is probably one of my favorite matches, and I'm not even bullshitting y'all. Like this is probably one of my favorite fucking matches. Like I can literally go watch this match every night and not get bored. I could watch this match. Like this is probably one of my favorite matches I've ever seen in my life. I love this match. Like clearly it was thrown together, but it was a classic nevertheless, and that's why it's number one. So let me give you a recap. Number one, Kurt Angle versus Undertaker, No Way Out, 2006 for the World Heavyweight Championship. Number two, Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21. Number three, Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship in 2003 SmackDown. Number four, Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, Royal Rumble 2003 for the WWE Championship. Number five, Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon at 2001 King of the Ring. Number six, uh, number six, Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Number seven, Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio. Oh, should that be? I think that's number six. I might be tripping. No, it was AJ Styles. No. And number seven, Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam. And two, number eight, Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe, TNA Genesis 2007. Kurt Angle versus The Rock comes in at number nine. 2000 No Mercy for the first title, World Heavyweight title. Kurt Angle wins. Number 10, Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, Unforgiven 2001. The debate, Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. I gotta write it down. It's coming soon. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. Could be tomorrow. Could be this weekend. I have no idea, but it's coming soon. But until then, if you guys enjoyed this episode, I am Brandon Janeau. Go watch some Kurt Angle matches, man. And talk to you guys soon. Peace.